Alright, this is Michael Wilson Barber's little YouTube channel. I'm going to make the best perfect hot dog at home. Here's Earl Campbell's Red Hot Links. I like to use the bun size ballpark. The Angus hot dogs are good. You can just get the regular, but I like the Angus beef. I'm going to make homemade French fries with potatoes in the air fryer. Nature's Own butter buns, and then of course boar's head sauerkraut. So let me start assembling this and I'll kind of show you my technique. I bake the wieners in the oven. They come out great and perfect every time. Okay, so you see I have the Earl Campbell hot links separated here with the dogs, and I've sprayed just avocado oil. This isn't Pam, this is just oil. And I like to use the fork and poke a lot of holes. And I'm going to bake these in the oven. I don't know, I don't really have a set time or temperature. I usually do 400, 425. You poke a lot of holes, you have a little oil on it, and then you move them around a little bit, and I'll kind of show you what that looks like. But so this is the initial process. Sometimes I will cut onions and put onions in there, or mushrooms and peppers, which is fine, but we're not doing that right now. Okay, so the next step. Okay, so here are the hot dogs, the wieners, after 15 minutes in 425. And I'm going to continue to poke and turn them over. Probably be better if I got another fork to do this with. But you can see they're starting to take on some color. This one over here, I'm going to move like in the middle over here. I'll move one of those out there. So you just kind of turn them over a little bit. This one in the side over here, I'm going to move over here. The middle. We don't need to turn that off. That's not. I'm turning it back on. That's not supposed to go off. Okay, so I'm just poking them some more. I'm putting them back in. Okay. So it's going to be 425. I've already done 15 minutes, and I think I'm going to go ahead and throw them back in for another 15, and we'll kind of see where we're at. Okay? Alright. Okay, so here's the homemade French fries or fried potatoes. I'm using the Gourmet air fryer. It's just preheating right now. You can see, I think this is a 5-quart. It's got a lot of space in here. Okay, and over here you'll see fresh Yukon Gold potatoes, crinkle cut. I don't always try to bother to cut them into the lengthwise shape of fries, as long as they're all kind of even. These will cook in the air fryer. I have this crinkle cut thing that's really good. My mom got it years ago, I think at a garage sale, or it doesn't have a lot. It says Huot, H-U-O-T, from St. Paul, stainless. That's all it says. I don't know how old it is, 50s, 60s, 70s. If anyone knows about this, like or comment please below. Definitely comment. I don't know if they still make things like this, but this is a crinkle cutter. You can cut carrots and other stuff with it that I do sometimes, but usually I just use it for making homemade potatoes. I like the crinkle effect. Okay, bye. Okay, so I have about 3 medium-sized potatoes in the air fryer basket. You don't want to overdo it. Spray a little of this oil in there, the avocado oil, and I'm going to put them in here. It's heated now. Let's do it at 20, just start at 20. Usually takes about 10 to 12 minutes for these. I'll check them periodically and I'll show you the progress. Okay, the wieners are still in at 425 second time, and they're at about 7 to 8 minutes. So we'll see how they are in a bit. Okay. Okay, so here's another 15 minutes at 425. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to poke and move them around. If they're more crispy, like this one out here, it's going to go in here. If it's less crispy, going to move it out here. But these are almost done. I'll put them in probably just another 5, 6, 7 minutes. I like to get some of that crunch. So this is why I like baking these sausages, wieners, in the oven with a little bit of oil. Man, they come out great. Like I said, you could put a few onions with them, whatever. I'm gonna wrap these buns in the heavy foil and then put them in underneath on the bottom rack so they get nice and heated up. And I've got the potatoes in the air fryer now for just over 12 minutes from starting at 20, remember. You can kind of see what they're looking like. Like I said, I don't know what the total time will be, but you got to cook them until, you know, they're nice and golden brown, and then you can salt and pepper them. So I have no working memory how long that really is. It's probably 12 to 14 minutes. So, okay. Okay, so this first batch I took out at 12 minutes. So 20 minutes where it started, minus 12. Leaves us with 8 minutes. I took them out at 8 minutes. So I'm going to salt and pepper them now. I have them on a paper towel. They look pretty good, and I'm going to put a second batch in. And the hot dogs will be ready in about 5 or so minutes as well. Okay, bye. Okay, so here's kind of what we're looking at. Here's a Earl Campbell hot sausage link with mustard and sauerkraut. Homemade French fries from the air fryer. So I'm going to take this down. I may review the product afterwards. Last batch of fries are going, and we got the other hot dogs and buns and everything ready to eat. But this is what we're looking at. This is why I like to bake sausages in the oven with a little oil, poke them with a fork, make these air fries. Of course it's more healthy. Who would say it's not? And the boar's head sauerkraut pulls it all together. So, all right, as Bob Ross says, happy cooking. Bye now. Okay, so that's my method I like to do with hot dogs or sausages. A little bit of oil, use a fork to poke them, bake them in the oven, turn them over, move the ones from the outside inside, inside out. Put the buns in aluminum foil, and I made air fryer potatoes, fries. So it was very good. I did the mustard and sauerkraut, and probably ate too many calories in one sitting. But that's how I do it. I would give it about a 9 out of 10, but that's just me. You could always add other things to it if you want, like onions and peppers. Other types of relishes and things. Works well for chili dogs, cheese dogs. But that's the best hot dog at home. Like and subscribe. Click the link below. Michael Wilson Barber. Bye.